All right, so I'm just going to do a quick short video of chronic leak from the sunroof. This is 2015 Nissan Altima, and I'm going to show you just real quick perhaps the reason why your floors, front, back, either side, but generally it's the driver and passenger side, they get soaked when on a heavy rain because it's overflowing in the sunroof. And if you notice here, it rained last night, not heavy, but here in the front you see the water, so it's not draining there. On the other side it seems to be draining pretty good. So I'm going to show you guys inside here. Once you take your A pillar off, you have the brown one is the drain hose there. Now what it does is it goes, I'll get a shot of that after a while, but what it does is go underneath here, and it makes an elbow to the firewall. Now that elbow, hopefully I'll be able to get a shot of it in a little while. The elbow becomes, all of a sudden it becomes a kink. So it's not that it's clogged, but over time, I think maybe the plastic, the line there, the tubing, it expands. It's got nowhere to go. So down below where it makes the turn at a 90, it just kinks. Now it kinks and becomes a pool. Now, here's how I'm going to test, how I'm testing my theory. If you notice the puddle in there right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach under here and I'm going to squeeze the tube. Okay, see how the puddle's moving? And that's because I'm underneath here squeezing the drain tube. So that means the drain tube is full. It's backed up. Sorry about that. So what I did was I pulled the tube up, and now you can see the puddle is gone. And where it translated to was down in here, where it normally would, because of being overflow. So we can see it coming down right there. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to correct that kink. And once I correct the kink in the line, then it should drain to the outside of the car, and I'll create a video that it's draining properly. Okay? All right, I'll get back with you. Pulled the drain tube completely out from behind there, and this is what I'm talking about. Once it's into the pillar, look, you see the kink? The line all of a sudden becomes kinked, and that kink will block the water from going out to where it should go out. So that's what I want to do. I want to do something with that kink. At first I thought I could go and get an elbow for it and put an elbow in there that'll prevent it. But now what I'm thinking about doing is, I got some pretty good strong duct tape, is duct tape that so that it's no longer kinked. I'm going to try that first, and if that doesn't work, then I'm going to go get an elbow to put specifically for that. I'm going to try the tape first. As I further dug into this, I took the drain line, which has the kink, but also for the where the line connects to the firewall through that nipple up there, you're probably not going to be able to see it. Very hard to get to. It's not really for the faint at heart. At any rate, what I did was I put a zip tie through that nipple to see if it was clogged, and a bunch of dirt came out. So what I did was I hooked up this line to this pump that I bought for cleaning out, siphoning and cleaning out my fuel tank in my motorcycle. I went ahead and hooked this line up to it, and I hooked up to a bucket of hot soapy water, and sure enough, initially there was some resistance, and let's see if I can show you guys. Okay, there might be I'm not gonna be able to keep my phone up there and do it at the same time, but if you can watch, I'll go ahead and send some water, soapy water through it. You can see it starting to come out. It's hard to do this with one hand, but at least you see it now coming out pretty good. Okay, so I'm really just trying to flush it real good, get all that junk out of there, and it seems to be draining really good, really good. So I'm pretty happy with that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same with this drain line. I'm going to kind of back flush it, and that's going to be really hard to show you on video. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that line, hook up my pump to it, back flush it so that it goes up into the gutter, and runs runs back out. So I'll do that, and I'll be back with you. Okay, so I'm back after flushing that out really good underneath there. I took the line that's coming down from the pillar that I have to fish back down through there, and where my kink was, I know it looks kind of like archaic, but all I did was I took some duct tape and I tried as best I could to straighten it out, and see if it comes in focus there, and just duct taped it to reinforce so it didn't have any room to make that kink anymore. So all I'm gonna do is fish this down, hook it up, and then I'm going to run some water through the valley up here, through the gutter, and see that it runs out the bottom of the car nice and smooth. We'll see what happens. Okay, so this is hopefully the moment of truth. I got the line hook back in, which was that wasn't easy, I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. If you see this video, that means it works. So what I'm going to do is just pour some water into this gutter up here, simulate a rainy day, and hopefully after a while we will see the water coming down, and see what happens. There it comes right there. It made its way down. That's good. That's a huge relief. So you can see it coming down pretty good. Before I started this project, I did not have that. So what I'm thinking is, it was a combination. I'll pour some water back down here again for, you can see me putting water in the gutter here. Plenty of water. What I did was two things. I took the, let's go back underneath here. Okay, see, it's coming out nice. And because of the soap, it has a nice scent. So it looks like we shouldn't have any more problems. This is the front of the car, of course. So again, you know, I recap two things that I did. One, I took the kink out of the line by reinforcing that kink with some duct tape, and I took the line out, flushed it real good, and this part of the line seemed okay, but obviously where it went into the firewall through a little nipple, that part seemed partly clogged, if not completely clogged. So hope this video helps. If I was going to grade it on a scale from 1 to 10, I don't think it's really for the faint at heart, because there's a very little room behind the dash. As a matter of fact, I highly recommend wearing a glove, or most of your hand will be sliced up like that, because there's some springs there on the brake pedal linkage. Everything is sharp edges. Make sure you wear some gloves when you reach underneath there. Okay, and just one other thing. Again, to see where you're at, you have to take this little door panel off right here above the above your brake, and then it's really hard to see even through here. But if you look at that, you see that brown right there, brown line? That's what you're looking for. Hope it helps someone, or at least you'll know why the dealer probably charges so much to clean it out. Enjoy.